Nick, you know, how do I ace the interview? I'm like, I wrote 301 pages over a year. Like, it's none of this shit is a quick fix, but when you put in the work, it becomes worth it, you know? There's no cheat codes.
So I really wanted to talk about your book, Is a Data Science Interview, because I was looking at Amazon and then searching for some data science books, but like really didn't get anything which had a complete package. Like your book has statistics, probability, algorithms, cold emailing projects. So how did you get the idea of like, hey, let me help people out by like publishing a book?
Yeah, for sure. So COVID hit March 2020 and I was working at SafeGraph. My co-author, Kevin, who's an ex-Facebook data scientist who also was a quant on Wall Street, we were good friends. We went to high school together. And we were just like, look, in the back of our head, we're like, we should help people specifically around data science interviewing, because there's a book called Cracking the Coding Interview, which is quite good. And people recommended it for data science. But I'm like, that book's for software engineers, right?
Too much algorithms.
Right, too much data structure and algorithms and not enough about SQL and product sense and stats and ML, like all the things that data people need to know. So COVID hit and we were like, okay, if we don't write it now, we're never going to write it, because the world had shut down. We were locked in our rooms. There's nothing to do. This was the time to like sit down, focus, and get it done. So that's kind of what motivated us. It was just seeing people lose their jobs, having offers rescinded, combined with having the time to do it and combining with the desire of like, we need to give back. So it took us a whole year, but by August 2021, we had the book out.
Got it. And like you talked about data science and algorithms. So how do you think that plays an important part? Because personally, I am not a big fan of them. Like you can ask me SQL, product sense quotient, A/B testing. I'm good with that. Machine learning, I'm good with that, but not algorithms and data science. So why do you think they keep asking them?
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. That's kind of what the industry has picked a lot on. I think that we still need to prepare for those. Maybe not to the level software engineers need to prepare, but I think data scientists need to prepare at least for like the easy level, like lead code easy maybe. I think that I don't think it's that predictive for data scientists' ability, because we have such an interdisciplinary field that requires so much on soft skills, so much on bringing in different pieces of information that, you know, reversing a linked list doesn't mean shit in data science. I mean, first of all, who's using linked lists? Like actually using a linked list in their data science work? Nobody, right? We're using mostly arrays, data frames. You know, we're not actually, you know, tree structures. We don't really use trees. Sure, we use decision trees, but that's not like the same as, I have to reverse the nodes of the decision tree. Like, we're never doing tree traversals like that or doing some complicated tree manipulations. I think what's happened as an industry is that there's an industry for it. We can filter people out. Why don't we filter people out using it? Do you know what I mean? Like, even though it's not ideal or the best, it's just because the tools are there to filter people out and there's like a clear rubric. It's much clearer on how to assess that than assessing someone's product sense or their machine learning skills or their ability to clean data, right? Like, those are harder to assess. That's kind of how we found ourselves in this hole. So I definitely think that like it is important, and as a practical level, it's worth preparing for. But at a more like a deeper level, is this actually what our industry should be doing? No, I would say no, and I'm working to fix that in the background.
Got it. And like, do you for the questions you have put it in your book? So like, is there a possibility that if you do all the questions, then you can easily crack your data science interview? Because I've not completed the book because I'm getting there. So
I would say, I mean, there's no guarantees, but I would say, if you can
increase your
work
chances.
through, there's 201 questions here in the book.
I was looking at
you can
them.
even work through 100 of them, split across the different sections, just at the easy and medium level, because we have easy, medium, and hard problems. If you just work on easy and medium, you will already be kicking ass compared to other people, because most people don't know these resources exist. 2, even if they know they exist, most people only do 30 problems and give up, or 40 problems, because the semester is busy and they need to find jobs and this and that. You know, life always finds a way to mess our plans up. But I really stand by, like, this is, you can get through these problems, you're going to be in a really good spot. I also think that my book is not absolutely comprehensive, right? Because data science is such a big field, and this book is only 301 pages. I think the questions allow you to figure out what are your weak points and weak spots. So I think that not just doing the problems will teach you everything, but doing them and seeing, I'm really messing up the stats questions, or I'm really messing up the ML theory questions, will give you the signal to go read other books and other resources to then brush up on the things that you're constantly messing up on in this book. Because this book doesn't have everything in the world, right? But it can flag what you need to double down on.
Got it. And like, I just want to quickly switch to when you worked at like intern at Microsoft and FANG or Google. So what do you think the thing is with FANG? Like, people are crazy about it. Like, I also wanted to get into FANG. So do you think there is a difference, like getting into FANG and not getting into FANG? So
I mean, working at big tech companies is really cool.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's like awesome. At Facebook, I would eat tandoori naan at work all the day because they have free food, free breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it was delicious. And, you know, and in the office, they had a tandoor making the naan, right? Like, so it's not even like dumb cafeteria food. It's like straight up the guys, you know, making naan in the tandoor. I was so impressed by that. There's a lot of hype. I don't think it's the end-all be-all, right? Like, again, I quit Facebook to go work at a startup, but it's not a bad goal. So I'm not going to, like, poo-poo it and be like, oh, yeah, it's overrated. It's correctly rated. It is really good. They pay a lot. There's more to like, though, than all that stuff. And there's a reason why. I'll give you an example. The average tenure at Facebook is only like a year and a half, right? And I think Google and these other companies might be a little longer, but they're not 5 years or 10 years long. You know what I mean? The 10 years are like, okay, Facebook's at a year and a half. Amazon also might be at like a year and a half. Maybe Google's like 2.5.
That's it?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,